All right, Nick, let's talk about the New England Patriots. This is a team that definitely did not finish this season how they wanted to. Very disappointing season. And a lot of people are probably mixed emotions about the mutual separating of ways with head coach Bill Belichick. But we're here to tell you exactly why you shouldn't be worried and that what the Patriots have done is actually some sort of genius miracle that I really have never seen quite done in such a way. It's very interesting on what they did and why they are now ahead of most NFL teams in the coaching hunt. Let's get into the article and we can talk about it on the other side. This is from over on CBS News. It says the New England Patriots have hired Gerard Mayo as their new head coach, and the team announced Friday. The announcement comes just a day after the Patriots parted way with Bill Belichick after 24 years. Mayo will be formally introduced at the news conference next Wednesday on January 17th at noon at Gillette Stadium. Robert Kraft said this past Thursday the Patriots would work very quickly to fill the position, and he wasn't kidding. Mayo was clearly New England's guy, as the Patriots did not reach out to interview anyone else for the job, according to The Athletic. The team was also able to hire Mayo without the lengthy interview process due to a succession plan that was placed in a contract extension with the team that he signed last offseason. Mayo was seen as Belichick's heir apparent since Josh McDaniels left for Las Vegas. He spent his entire NFL career both as a player and a coach in New England. Now, Nick, I'm going to go over some stuff with you really fast, throw some names out at you, and I want you to tell me the difference between these teams and the New England Patriots. We have the Panthers, we have the Raiders, we have the Chargers, the Falcons, the Commanders, the Titans, and I think I'm probably missing one, but more or less the Seahawks as well, actually.
Yeah.
What is the difference between those teams and the New England Patriots, Nick?
No head coach, right? Patriots already
E-
got their next guy.
Exactly. These teams all are in the head coaching hunt right now. And now to my final point is why are the Patriots in a better situation now than these teams? All of these teams are firing GMs, head coaches. Most likely the new coach comes in, they clear the staff, they're going to try to bring in their own people. And now the New England Patriots have a leg up on everybody. They have the head coach, they have the guy they were looking for. They can already get a head start on getting the best offensive and defensive coordinators and staff to help fill this team out however Gerard Mayo wants to. They're just so far ahead of everyone else. No one is even close. Even the Las Vegas Raiders, who think they want to hire Antonio Pierce, they still have to go to the formalities because they weren't able to do such a genius move as what they did in Gerard Mayo's contract extension. So I think this is really genius by the Patriots. Nick, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this one. But Patriots fans, let us know in the comment section below. What other offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators additions are you looking for potentially to fill out this team? I know Gerard Mayo, really great defensive guy, but let us know in the comments below. What do you think about who you want to fill out the rest of this team? But Nick, what are your thoughts on the Patriots and just this overall great plan that they had with Gerard Mayo?
Yeah, I think there's an important thing to understand about New England and people who watch a lot of Patriots games as Patriots fans. I'm sure you guys did. The issue was not their talent level and production and execution on defense. They were a playoff defense, even with Gonzalez, the outstanding rookie corner, missing the majority of the season, even with Matthew Judon missing the majority of the season, a bunch of other injuries as well. This was a playoff caliber defense pretty much the entire season. So in terms of talent on the defensive side and execution and coaching on the defensive side, they were fine. In terms of overall game planning and doing like the unique Belichickian kind of stuff, they still did that as well. Remember the field goal block against Miami earlier in the season when the guy sprinted well before the snap, basically coming off the sideline. That was a new way of trying to block a field goal that really threw everybody for a loop. So again, it wasn't the game day stuff. It wasn't the talent on defense that was hurting this team. It was the talent on offense. This was maybe the least talented offensive group, all inclusive wide receiver, offensive line, running backs, quarterback in the entire NFL. I mean, it was so bare bones, so bad. I know a lot of people are critical of Bill O'Brien, but let's be totally honest. We don't know if Bill O'Brien was doing a bad job or if just the talent was so terrible. So this allows the Patriots, by getting their head coach defined so early, bringing him part of their ascension plan, their succession plan, excuse me, as a head man, it allows them to find the right, this is the important thing here, Miles, the perfect hire for the Patriots, the right general manager. For the first time, they will hire a general manager since Bill Belichick came into the fold in the year 2000. That's according to NBC Sports. To me, that is the perfect move for the Patriots. They need a quality GM to shore up talent on the offensive side of the ball, because in terms of drafting and a lot of free agent moves and all the trade moves, they've been absolutely horrendous filling out the offense. And look, it's one of those things, we want to blame offensive coordinators, but Sean McVay last year, a lot of injuries, lack of talent on offense. They're terrible. This year, they're healthier. McVay looks like a genius, right? Sometimes it's that simple. Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco, best offensive mind in football right now. When he had a lot of injuries, and like in 2020, they were terrible. They're healthy now. They're maybe the best team in football, certainly the best team in the NFC. Again, it's all about finding the talent. For most teams, especially the Patriots, I think getting the head coach hire out of the way early and making it very clear to potential GM candidates that Mayo is heading the coaching duties by, like, there's no GM, there's no dual role there. He will be only in charge of coaching, will allow them to find the right GM. I think that's the perfect hire for the Patriots that's coming. And I think if they get the right guy, and at least a somewhat competent guy, this New England team could really quickly go back into contending again.
Yeah, Nick, and I think the point you bring up about the GM is very important because a lot of teams have already fired GMs as well. You think Chargers, you think the Raiders haven't hired officially a new GM as well. There's a lot of opening. The Panthers need a new GM, a lot of openings on the table for the GM, but there's such a wide net that they have to cast looking for so many positions. Patriots already able to narrow in very quickly on filling out GM, filling out whatever coordinators they want. And like you said, to your point, this defense is really great. It has a lot of very good players. We talked about Judon, Barmore, Gonzalez looked very good early on. You know, Jonathan Jones, he's been a great player for a long time. Peppers has been a great player. Kyle Duggar, he has his moments as well. You know, and the linebacker, Tavai, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He's done really great. Offense, Patriots really haven't hit on offense in quite a long time. So outside of like maybe Ramondre Stevenson, I think they've really been lacking in the offensive department. So to your point, I think a couple of high-end pieces on this offense, get yourself either a good free agent quarterback or a great quarterback to get on this team. This is already a really championship level defense, and I think the offense can turn around with just a few crucial upgrades. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of New England, and I like the future of this team.
And I just want to hammer home something that you kind of talked about. I think it's really important for Patriots fans to understand this, because this team, if they can solve the offensive problem, big question, right? But if they can solve it, they're a playoff team. I fully believe that. Their defense is that good, right? I just think they're there if they can solve that offensive problem, right? And it's a big thing to solve. But how do you solve a problem? With singular focus. You eliminate all distractions. They bring in Mayo, a coach that's been in the organization. The players like him. No problems there. Now all they have to do, is to find the right GM to solve the offensive problem. They're 100% laser-like focus, and you brought up a great point, Mize. They're ahead of everybody else, right? Every other team that's looking for a coach and GM, they're trying to figure out, do we get the players coach? Do we get the offensive coach, the defensive coach? Do we get a GM that likes the coach? Do we get the coach first and the GM? What are we going to do? Patriots are ahead of them all. This is the organizational strength of the Kraft family. They understand the problem they need to solve, and they're doing a great job addressing it. I think the future is bright in New England if and when they hire the right GM.